Hello, beautiful Lyran Starseeds. This is Lyran Star Goddess Oracle and Tarot, and we are connecting with the energies of light from the Lyran Light Field, the Lion Light Council, and we're receiving the messages and information about what kinds of soul lessons and energies we're moving through at this time. And these are daily readings. They're dedicated to Lyran Starseeds and Urmah Soul Pod. But whenever you find this reading, that's when you were meant to find it. So connecting in with the Lyran Light Field. I'm in agreement with Source and only Source. I'm in alignment with light and only light. And the first thing I'm noticing are the roots of the tree, the old wise tree spread, the seeds. We've got the Four of Wands reversed. So the Four of Wands is a marriage card. It is also the 1111 card, the On the Right Path card, the House card. So something is not quite right. Also, when the Four of Wands appears reversed, it's about the foundation that the tower is built upon. So this would indicate that there is a crack in the foundation. And if you continue building on the foundation of this situation, it will implode, explode, or the tower will fall, it will come down eventually. If this isn't managed or taken care of or acknowledged, let's see what it is. So the heart of the situation, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords reversed. This looks like it has to do with some negative self-speak. This is a really good one today. This is a really good one. This is about negative self-speak when it comes to your success. So this can be fear of success. It can also be fear of failure, but ultimately it's about not giving yourself credit or talking yourself down from something that is valuable and worthy of being celebrated, achievements that are worthy of being celebrated. But it's also how this is self-speak about worthiness, not feeling worthy or just not giving yourself credit. I feel like this also has to do with not giving credit for how long, how far, how long you've been working on something, how far you've come. Let's see what else. Now and near future, here's a burned bridge. Okay, so with the burned bridge, this could also be a learned pattern. This could be somebody who taught you how to not celebrate yourself, not acknowledge your wins, or maybe they taught you that talking about yourself was selfish, boisterous in some way. But this is about burning that bridge. And maybe it's burning a bridge to that person, but maybe it's just burning a bridge to that dynamic and that pattern or that thought process. So I feel like this is a very healing energy today, but it's definitely not messing around when it comes to telling you your business, telling you like what to look at and what you haven't been paying attention to. This is your advice, and your advice is talking about the very thing that not acknowledging self is truly not, it's like you're not being one of your supporters. And you have to be your main supporter. You have to connect with your higher self to be your main supporter. So this is an action of non-coherence with higher self. And this is burning the bridge to that dynamic. The big picture, no, the big picture's here. I'm looking at the soul lesson. It's the Emperor. So this is literally about how you speak to yourself about these patterns, how you speak to yourself in relation to healing those types of patterns, how you talk to yourself in relation to how you own your own life and embody your own life, or allow others to do that for you. Who are you putting on the pedestal? This is about you putting yourself on the pedestal not in a selfish or boisterous way, but in a way that just shows that you have authority of yourself, of your life, of your own spirituality, all of that. And the big picture is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this is definitely that turning of the cycle. This is the downspin. It's like, whoa, I get it. I see it. I understand it. I'm bearing witness to it. I'm being shown that I haven't been doing this. And the reasons why I haven't been doing this are painful to look at. So sometimes we don't look at those. But now this is the message to look at it. Look at why you aren't treating yourself as though as you would treat someone else if they had a success or achievement or had come a long way. This is interesting. I'm looking at the oracle. We've got Lyran Light Council, Crystalline Grid of You, and Ancestors. I love the Crystalline Grid of You. This is about how you can program your own crystalline body at any moment, at any time. You do have the authority to do that. You are a crystalline grid. You are made up of star stuff, and you can program it at any time. Ancestors suggests that it has been programmed by the lineage, by the line. And if it's not healed, it's going to be programmed to continue this cycle, this pattern, this downturn pattern until you recognize it and shift it and change it and move into the process of healing it. So this is ancestral healing at its finest. And Lyran Light Council, call in your Lyran Light Council guides to assist you in programming in relation to what the ancestors held, DNA wise, energy wise, trauma wise, but also call in the ancestors. They've had a lot of experience. Call them in and ask them for, I was going to say, just a clear thought process, but what I'm hearing is clairvoyance. Ask them about clairvoyance. That's just kind of interesting. But having a clarity around what these patterns are and how you can release them. Let's look at what to release here. Releasing has to do with, I want to say, being the mother to all. This is the Empress, of course, is the healer in the deck. In the release pattern, this is about putting everybody else in front of yourself at every cycle, at every trailhead, every time you go around, you do it again. And it's just making everyone else more. I was going to say, I don't know why this keeps happening today, but I was going to say important, making everyone else more important. But what I heard was making everyone else more expensive, which is another worthiness thing, making everyone else more worthy than you or what it is that what you need, your needs, your desires, whatever it is, releasing this pattern. Our council of light, our Lyran Light Council, our higher self, angels and guides, future self. Our higher self is talking about no longer having to sacrifice when it comes to these types of patterns, no longer having to put yourself into that place of waiting, of wanting, of longing, of not getting your needs met. And it's time to identify what those needs are in order to get them met. There's a lot of not acknowledging that, not acknowledging your needs. Angels and guides are talking about lots of opportunities every day to change this pattern. So what that tells me is a long, you've had a lot of experience, a long time of doing this. And so that trains people, as you know. And so everybody expects probably a lot from you, whether they reciprocate or not. But because this is coming up, it really feels like we're talking about those who do not reciprocate, the holding of space for you when you're holding space for them. And it very well might be because you didn't indicate that you needed it. So, future self is talking about the Seven of Swords reversed. And this is about self protection. the need to protect yourself being in the past. So the future self. So right now, that's the need to protect yourself, present time. When you change this pattern, people aren't going to be super happy about it. If you're expecting reciprocation and they are not in the place to do that, or they don't know how to do that because they don't conduct their relationships in that way, then they're not going to be pleased with that. And that is absolutely okay. But there is some kind of future self saying, when we look back at this is about, oh yeah, remember when we had to protect ourselves, when we just put up some boundaries? So this is kind of a be aware of that. Let's look at the past, present, and then the future outcome. In the past, aha, when there is recuperation needed, it looks like there's isolation that happens. Nothing wrong with isolation to an extent. You got to move everybody else's energy out of your space so that you can get back into your own alignment, energetic alignment. But then if that goes on for too long, it is very isolating. And then here's present time. Six of Swords reversed, Nine of Cups reversed. So this is, I'm not sure if it's even worth my time to move forward and move on because of this discomfort. Discomfort I'm going to call as others, but also the discomfort of having to do things differently and make boundaries. That's not always easy. But there's a need for it. There is a need for it. There is a need for it in order to move forward in your own evolution. It's coming up for a reason. And the outcome, here's the King of Cups reversed and the Moon. Oh gosh. So what it all comes out to be, this is the inner child coming forward with all of the subconscious stuff or the hidden stuff that has been there since you learned this dynamic. So as an adult, the inner child is wanting to be fed, wanting to be nurtured and healed because of all the things that are coming to the surface. The very thing that the adult self has to do is make the inner child feel safe, safe enough to have fun. That's how the inner child feels or heals. I guess feels and heals. So I'm going to pull one more card for that. I want to know, what is it that you need to know? Ooh. Okay. And that is all about channeling. We've got the Eight of Wands. This is about fast moving communication, information. This could be fast moving communication, like you have all these opportunities to make boundaries. And making boundaries is just simply the neutral yes and the neutral no without any strings attached. And if other people attach strings to it, we're usually the ones who do. But when you start doing this practice of saying no, because simply you don't want to do something, I don't have time, I have to do it, I have to do things for myself today, that is valid. So this is about lots of communication happening really fast, giving you the opportunity to practice this new boundary system. But this is also about channeling Lyran Light Council, channeling energy and frequency to your own crystalline grid of view to program it, and channeling ancestors for their clarity, their voice, and their ideas about what this means for you in your current timeline. Beautiful. And I would love to hear about your process. Thank you for being here with me, Urmah Starseeds, and I will see you tomorrow.